Hey everybody, Chad here. And then this episode of Law of Attraction Secrets, my brain almost went dead here for a second. But anyway, in this episode of Law of Attraction Secrets, we're going to talk about objective versus subjective and how does it relate to Law of Attraction. Okay, now don't get confused. Stay with me. This is going to be a very important talk that we're going to have. So this isn't going to be a boring talk. But what's the difference between objective law of attraction and subjective law of attraction? Okay, there's main differences here, how we attract things into our life. So that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. By the way, if you like this episode, share it, like it, subscribe below, and let's get rocking and rolling. So that being said, I am in Thailand. It's getting nighttime. Lately I've been going to sleep so flippin' early. I don't know why. Maybe like thinking too much. But anyway, let's get on topic here. Objective versus subjective law of attraction. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? So, in the basics of law of attraction, when you look at The Secret, when you look at the whole popularity of law of attraction, in my opinion, and maybe you agree with me, I don't know, once I explain it, the popularity of law of attraction is very objective. What I mean by objective is it's very selfish. Makes sense? All we're focused on is what I can get. All we focus on is setting my goals, my intentions, and doing all the other exercises, but we're focused on ourselves. What can I get out of it? Okay, how can I achieve everything I want? That's very objective. It's a very selfish power. Okay, even if we become good at it and we become aware of the power within, we stay in an objective mode. We stay very selfish with our power. We only care about ourselves. We only care about manifesting for ourselves, and that's it. That's very objective. That's kind of the beginning stages of law of attraction. But that's the popularity of law of attraction as well, because the law of attraction, the popularity of it goes in between, success and money and big house, nice car, stuff like that. It's very objective. Okay. Now, what do I mean by subjective? Subjective is a little bit more advanced. Okay. Like when it's more subjective, what happens is we become more aware, okay, of the power within us. We become more aware of the power we have. Okay. And we start realizing, as we become more aware, we start realizing the power we have, we can actually help other people. Makes sense? It's not a selfish power. Objective is very selfish. I use the laws of law of attraction for my benefit. Okay, subjective is I use the same laws, okay, same universal laws or same universe laws for law of attraction, but I use it to help other people. Okay, I'm not using it only to help myself. Makes sense? I'm using it to help other people. Okay, that's what we have to understand when we start realizing the power that we have. We start realizing the power is within us. We start realizing that heaven is within us. We start realizing that God is within us. We start realizing the universe, no matter what we want to call it, okay? This isn't a religious talk, okay? The universe is within us. Whatever you want to call it, okay? The power is within you, okay? But what we have to understand is that power can be used as a selfish power, only focused on ourselves, and that same power can be used very subjective, meaning we use the same power to help other people. So we use the same exercises that we would in law of attraction. We use the same exercises that I explain in other videos, but we use it for other people. So for example, if I set an intention, okay, for me to have a better job, very objective, I'm focused on myself, I can set an intention for somebody else that is unemployed. Makes sense? So one of my friends or somebody else don't have a job, they're searching for a job, they're struggling finding a job. Well, I can set an intention that they're going to find a wonderful job. I envision them and I imagine that them working and having a wonderful salary. I imagine them coming to me and saying, hey, I just found this great job. I make this much. I'm so excited. I imagine having those conversations in my imagination. Makes sense? It's the same exercise, but I'm using the power subjective. I'm using the power to help other people. Okay, that's what we have to realize. Really, as a spiritual being, I mean, really that. In one way, this is why we're here. We're not here just to help ourselves. We're not here just to be selfish and get what we want out of it. We're really here to help other people. Once we realize we have this power, then we start using our intentions for other people, because it's kind of one of those sayings that as you help other people, you help yourself. Make sense? You don't help yourself by being selfish. You don't help yourself only focusing on yourself. That's what we're being told. Focus on yourself, only care about yourself. That's a very low vibration. Makes sense? When you only focus on yourself, that's a very low vibration. When you focus on other people, helping other people, that's a higher vibration. As you help other people, you in turn help yourself. Makes sense? So some people don't think, some people think it's true, some people don't think it's true. But look back, I'm gonna give an example of the Bible, okay? Not religious talk, okay? But look at it as a spiritual text. Look at it as, when you look at the New Testament and you look at Jesus' life, okay? Most people, are aware of this, that Jesus came very subjective. Jesus didn't come objective. He didn't use all his power for himself and he gained all the prosperity and all the riches and everything else only for himself. Jesus came very subjective. He came to help other people. That's what he did. He hardly ever used the power for himself. His power is very subjective for other people. He's healing other people. He's feeding the sick. He's healing feeding the sick, feeding the poor, healing the sick, casting out demons. And he's doing all this stuff for other people, very subjective. He's using his power very subjective. The same way we would use our power and law of attraction for ourselves, he's using it for other people. Then throughout the New Testament, he states, in several places throughout the New Testament, he states that we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing that he can do, and even more. We can heal. We can use the same power to help others. And the more I kind of dig into this, the more I've been doing this for a long time, the more it's starting to resonate with me, like on this talk, the more it's starting to resonate with me. It took me a while to kind of grasp this, because in the beginning, you're just focused on yourself, like me. I want. But now it's becoming more subjective for me, where, I want to help other people. I want to set great intentions for other people. And I use the same exercises, use the same things for other people. You want to see, when you set an intention for another person, you see them the way you want to see them, okay? You don't see them in their current state. Makes sense? You can use the same power and flip it in your imagination. If you see somebody that's homeless, you don't see them in their current state. You don't see them homeless. Okay, when you see them, you picture them. You see them being prosperous. You see them living in a house. You see them having a job. That's how you see them in your imagination. Okay, you see them talking to you. Make sense? So talking to you about all this stuff, but you don't see them in their current state. Okay, that's how you set intentions. It's the same way. If I set an intention, if I want my dream house, I would do the same thing. I would set an intention on my dream house. In my imagination, I would be walking. I would see my dream house. I'd be walking through every room of the house. I would do the same thing for myself, but it's the same principle subjectively for other people. Okay, but other than that, I think that's really all I wanted to chat about. I don't want to go on and on and on about this topic, but I just wanted to share, kind of the differences between objective and subjective, objective reality and subjective reality. Just to recap, objective is very selfish. We focus on ourselves. The power is within us. We realize the power is within us, but we use it very selfishly. We use it only for ourselves. Subjective is we start to realize that, hey, I have all this power, but I can use the same power for other people. I can set intentions for other people as well. And that's, that's kind of the more, a higher vibration, but like more I study, the more I kind of dig into this, is that's, as a spiritual being, that's more why we're here. We're here to help other people. Makes sense? We're not here for selfish gain. We're here to help others, and this is one way. Once you realize you have the power, once you realize the law of attraction works, once you realize when I set an intention, it's 100% going to come true. I don't know how it's going to come true. I don't know when it's going to come true, but all I know is when I put my mind to it and I set an intention, it's going to happen. That's all I know. You can use that same power for other people. Okay, you can use that same power if someone's unemployed. You can use the same power if someone is sick. You can use the same power if someone has marital problems. You can use the same power for friends, family, strangers, whatever. You can use the same power. Okay, that's what we're here to. That's what we're here to be. That's what we're here to do. We're here to think more of a higher vibration, not at a lower vibration, and we only care about ourselves. Other than that, my friends, let that sink in. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, you can comment below. Then I'll try to answer the comment. If it's something that maybe it gives me an idea to create a video, I'll create a video. That way it helps more people, explain to more people. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video.